Hello, welcome to the another inspiring episode of Preneur. Today, we are thrilled to have with us an extraordinary leader who serves as the head of corporate relations at the prestigious United Group of Institution Prayagraj. She is the founder of Career Mate. Her remarkable journey is driven by passion for human development and her innovative approach of freedom with responsibility, which is shaping not only the growth of her organization, but also the betterment of society and the nation. With a PhD in chemistry, a master in education, and a diploma in management, she's not just an academician, but also a thought leader dedicated to empowering young minds. Her extensive work in career counseling, research, teaching, and community service has made a significant impact on countless students and professionals. She's also a TEDx and Josh Talk speaker. Her contributions to academic and career development are unparalleled. What we are inviting, we are incredibly excited to hear her insights today on leadership education and the future of career development. So please join me in welcoming the inspiring Dr. Divya Bartaria, ma'am. Please, ma'am, welcome to our podcast series of Preneur.
Hi, Sweta. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I am also perfectly fine. It's great, really great to see that you are doing very well through this platform. And you are not only encouraging the people all around, especially the women. And in that way, it gives a lot of, important messages to the candidates, to the students all around, to the people all around, so that they feel inspired and they can craft their own journey. So, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, and it feels so blessed. And you are into this into the session, ma'am. I feel so honored. So let's start our journey, ma'am, in podcast series. So, ma'am, I would like to ask you a very important and very inspiring point. As a dean of academics and head of corporate relations, what are the most critical skills that you believe that student needs to develop to succeed in today's time? And in today's time, in today's DNA age, every skills are rapidly changing within months or 4 months. So, what are the changing corporate strategies into this world?
Right. So this is very important question, Sivita, because I know that as the Dean of Corporate and Industry Relations, I have been working with different HRs, corporate professionals, leaders, and then inviting them for various kinds of activities, even placement, recruitment activities, also for the students' career development, career planning and management. So I also understand that today's corporate landscape demands a mix of technical expertise and soft skills because today's rapid changing corporate world is very well known to everyone. We are facing the volatility of this environment, and that is why it becomes very important to work upon certain skills which are crucial to the organization, to the students as well. So, what I think that the pace of technological and organizational change requires students to be agile learners. This is the most important thing that I would like to share with all the students. They should be able to adapt to new roles, tools, and industries. So, in my opinion, adaptability and agility are the most important attributes to be acquired and practiced by the students. Now, another important thing is that I always encourage my students and the counselees as well to all remember four C's. I am just taking four C's. The terminology that I'm going to use will definitely reflect or resonate with the crucial skills which are very much important. The first C is communication, right? So, Sweta, you know very well that the students have very good technical knowledge or their domain knowledge, but they are not able to reciprocate. They are not able to communicate well. So we know that this is the problem. This is the area wherein our students are lagging behind. So I encourage all the students to work upon their communication skills. Moreover, we know that cross functional collaboration is increasingly important for the industries, for the organizations, educational organizations as well. So, students must be able to collaborate with diverse teams, including local and global ones. Strong professional networks can also open doors to opportunities, mentorships, and collaboration. So, you can see that big IT giants are identifying and hiring talents through challenges, hackathons, right?
Yes,
So, yeah, so through these contests, they try to invite the applications not individually but in teams. So, in order to make the students understand the importance of teamwork, team spirit, they need to collaborate. So, apart from communication, I always encourage students for the collaboration. Now, the beauty of these two things is that when you are into communication and collaboration, that the byproduct or the outcome of this is the critical thinking. So critical thinking is also very important, right? So the next is the ability to analyze complex problems, think critically, and devise creative solutions, which is very much invaluable, especially when many industries face disruption, you know very well.
yes,
So so in this increasingly globalized world, it is very important to think critically. So I encourage students to develop this skill as well. And then through this sequence, when you go ahead with this sequence, communication, collaboration, critical thinking, then you will be better able to understand the importance of cultural competence. So the fourth C is cultural competence, right? So cultural competence is very important. Understanding different cultures, practices, and market nuances, it is vital for those working in international or diverse settings, right? So I have given you this idea that apart from adaptability and agility, students must go for communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and cultural competence. And then comes the part of digital literacy.
hmm,
So you know that proficiency in digital tools, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and emerging technologies is crucial. So understanding how to leverage digital platforms for problem solving and innovation definitely give them a competitive edge. Last but not the least, EQ, emotional quotient, or you can say emotional intelligence. This is very important. EQ is essential for building strong interpersonal relationships, right? Resilience and grit, managing teams, and navigating the complexities of corporate culture. So, self awareness, empathy, and communication are key components. So, I request all the students to work upon your EQ apart from your IQ, because in this rapidly changing world, setbacks and challenges are inevitable, it will always be there. So, resilience helps students stay motivated, learn from failure, and keep moving forward, right? So, entrepreneurial mindset is very important, right? So, I said that last point would be emotional quotient, and then entrepreneurial mindset. If I say, Sweta, entrepreneurial mindset, then this doesn't mean that you should start working, creating your own startup. It is not like that. It is about having a kind of mindset, entrepreneurial mindset, so that you can provide your services up to the higher level, up to the best capacity, your best capacity, so that you can work upon your creative ideas. So through your creative ideas, power of imagination that you are blessed with, you can contribute towards the organizational growth. So I think that these are some important skills that the students must acquire in this rapidly changing and evolving technological world.
rightly said, ma'am. And seriously, because once the students are equipped with all the 4C and adaptability culture in her own personality, his or her personality, so that they can conquer and how they can make a decision much better way.
Correct. This
So
is very
decision
important.
wise, because decision wise, it is important to think in a critical manner, because sometimes you have to take
Right.
decision with the fear of thing, and sometimes you have to take decision based on courage base. So
Correct.
the choice is there ki either go for fear or be as a courage, because
In fact,
whatever.
they do. In fact, they do not have choice now. They
Yes,
have to be very much prepared in sync with the evolving and changing conditions,
Yes, yes,
right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I must say that communication plays a very key important role in students' personality or any other personality also, ma'am. So
Right.
communication is very a critical point so that they can enhance and leverage whatever their skills are, ma'am. So,
Because
ma'am,
I know that there are many students who are very good at technical ability and even
yes,
domain knowledge, and when they face the interview they fail and they come to me and then they say that why did it happen. I said that you are not able to reciprocate, you are not able
yes.
to deliver your knowledge that you acquired. So this is how it becomes very important for them, that they must understand the importance of communication.
And ma'am, one more thing, we have already the specific pointers which is based on emotional quotient. Of course, there is an
Mhm.
intelligent quotient, emotional quotient, and along with when the student comes, there is a appearance quotient as well. So that they
Parents.
can, yes, so they can prepare and have that outlook towards the interview and how because they that become their confident itself.
I know this is your area.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, correct. Yeah,
So
yeah. Image, your appearance, that plays a
yes,
very important role.
yeah,
It starts from the beginning when you enter the interview room.
yes, and it drives your psychology in a manner because once you are stand by yourself in a credible, much more confident manner.
Correct.
So that is
Very
also
true.
a part of this. So very well said, ma'am. Ma'am, you have played a key role in bridging the gap between education and industry. So, ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
in that kind of gap, what kind of strategies that you have implemented to ensure that the students are the industry ready driven when they
Mm-hmm.
graduate or they complete their graduation and when they are in the third year of their
Right.
college time?
As you can see that my designation is Dean Corporate and Industry Relations, right?
Yes.
So my ultimate goal is to make the students pleased, right? But behind that, there is a journey. I
Yes.
have to make the students skilled. I have to make the students industry ready, better prepared for not only for the company but for their life as well. So my role is to counsel the students and make them industry ready, placement ready, make them employable. And yes, of course, as you have asked this question, that how do I do?
Hmm.
Because when it comes to my role, apart from the placements, I have to connect with the industries, I have to know their expectations, I have to try to give this feedback to the trainers as well as the students, and then we create a module or model wherein the students are getting all kinds of environment and facilities that are there for their overall industry readiness. So
Hmm.
how do we do that? I'll tell you, because I can easily take some examples also.
Yes, ma'am.
Just for example, if I consider my collaboration with IBM, right? So
Hmm.
we have joined hands with IBM for industry integrated curriculum development, right? So what do we do here? That after collaborating with such corporate leaders such as IBM Career Education is a kind of vertical wherein they try to train
Hmm.
and groom the individuals, and they have various programs under that. So for United University, what we have done, because we have United Group of Institutions and United University, it started in 2020.
Hmm.
So it's a huge university and it has varied programs, and they have a better flexibility also because it is a private university. So there we have done a kind of co-designing of curricula,
Hmm.
so keeping in mind the industry requirements, right? Emerging technologies. So courses on emerging technologies, industry trends such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, data science, cloud computing, all these technologies have been, clubbed with the degrees. So for example, if I consider BTech in
Hmm.
computer science with specialization in artificial intelligence in
Okay.
association with IBM. So we have both the programs, right,
Okay.
in association with IBM or without IBM also. So we are giving this offer because obviously if we tie up with the IBM or some corporate leaders, so there is some other fees involvement as well. So what do we do here? That we are trying to give them the opportunities. It's a dual or integrated degree program which we cannot do here at United Group of Institutions. So we provide certifications. So by incorporating these certifications, students are made industry ready. They
Hmm.
can head start their career with practical applications of this kind of knowledge, and this kind of practical qualification they can leverage immediately upon graduation. right? So this was one thing that we have done at our own level. Now let me take another example. This is a very good example. Recently we have tied up with L&T Edutech. So
Okay.
L&T, we have been in touch with L&T since maybe past few years, but we couldn't invite L&T at our group because they have their own criteria. But I cannot give up, so I was trying at my level best in what ways I can connect with these individuals, these professionals, so that these students can be benefited out of that. So whenever I connect with the employers, I do not start with, you have to come to our company, organization and place the students. I discuss with them that in what ways we can collaborate so that we can benefit each other.
Hmm.
Yes, of course, you do want talent. You have some offerings. So United Group of Institutions here in Prayagraj uh, is abound. It contains a lot of talent over there. So I know that this is not tier one college. This is not IIT and IT, but still talent is always there. So with this idea in my mind, I tried put in my effort to get in touch with these individuals, and they offered me this program. So L&T Edutech has offered ESP program, employability skilling program, through which we have trained the individuals, and the trainers were from L&T itself. They visited our campus, they stayed here in our campus, they guided and groomed the individuals based on the industry requirements, with a commitment that sooner or later they'll be getting interview opportunities, maybe two, maybe three interview opportunities, and these opportunities will be given to these set of students who have joined this program, right?
Okay.
And then they can be placed in L&T. So this was a wonderful opportunity for us. So I am happy to say that recently, after completion of that program, our 4 students have got internship offer. So this is not a job opportunity, but 6 months internship in itself is a very good thing, achievement for all of us here at United Group of Institutions. So they have joined L&T Construction directly, right? So this is the first achievement I can say with L&T Edutech. Apart from that, and yes, LTI Mindtree is also coming. It would be visiting in the month of December, maybe in the mid or end of December, right? So also I have collaborated with Unstop also. Like Unstop is a platform through which students get an opportunity to appear for hackathons, innovation challenges, and contests. As I discussed earlier, that many of our companies are hiring the talent,
Hmm.
or identifying the talent through these kinds of contests, innovation challenges, etc. So this is a journey, like learn, practice, and get mentorship, which is there under Unstop. So we are in touch with Unstop. So right now we are trying to give this opportunity to the students by project-based industrial assignments are there, or some mentorship journeys are there. So in that way, they participate in hackathons and innovation challenges, and they get equal opportunities as the IITians or NITians they get, and accordingly, this industry association is benefiting our students. Similarly, we have collaboration with Subros. Subros is a big name, and
Okay.
QH Talbros. So for these companies, we have core engineering branch students like mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and even civil engineering. So all these students are getting apprenticeships or internships opportunities in these companies, Subros and QH Talbros. So it's a long-term apprenticeship program. So it's a structured program where students, alternate between classroom learning and real world work over an extended period, and which allows them to develop practical skills while maintaining academic progression, right? And I would give you one more example. Like
Sure,
recently,
ma'am.
we have collaborated with NHRDN, National Human Resource Development Network. So we not only have collaborated, but we have started its Prayagraj chapter at United Group. So through this collaboration also, we are able to have some networking events, industry expertise, mentorship, seminars, workshops, conferences. So these are there. And we are also working for HR development, human resource development, and leadership development, right? And last but not the least, we are working for the placements. So career services are there. We have a corporate relations center wherein we have a team of 12, 13 members who are continuously working for industry associations, linkages for the recruitment. And also we have, career counseling sessions also, through which we not only guide them for placements or industry readiness, but also for resume writing, mock interviews, company specific preparations, right? And Moreover, we have global, collaborations as well. Like we are sending students to University of
Wow.
Missouri, USA, then Asian Institute of Technology, Thailand, Bangkok, and then we have signed MOUs with various other industries in Philippines, Indonesia, right? So Sweta, in this way, I have given you a few examples. There are many more examples. We have Center of Excellence also. We have alumni involvement also. So through these strategies, we are trying to give all kinds of industry exposure that the students want and they deserve also. So these are certain steps which we are following, and we have a lot many wonderful plans, because through these associates only we will be able to better our services. And definitely I'll be sending you an invite for HR conclave also. We
Sure.
are planning it in the month of December or January during Kumbh. So that would definitely give another kind of exposure to all our students.
Sure, ma'am. And it must be a great platter for all the students for in a different segment. It, uh,
Exactly.
it's a leverage for the student and it's benefited for the students because a
Correct.
lot of things evolve in a skill-based manner or in a technical-based manner. There are a lot of initiative from the college side, from the
Exactly.
institution side, ma'am. No doubt
Right,
about
right.
it.
We are doing great in
Yes.
this direction. And see, when some networking events are there, right? So
Hmm.
through conferences, summits, we try to enhance our connections, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, when we increase our network, we get to know and how the companies as well, they share with us their requirements, their expectations, and I also try to make them understand that these are the talents of the program that we have. And there are various ways of collaboration we discuss, and then accordingly we benefit from each other.
Yeah, I think it's a open avenue for all the students, and it always blew my own eyes, ma'am, because it's a
Yeah,
lot of because when I was in 2014 in
yeah,
Allahabad, so that
right,
time there was a lot of opportunities because I had enrolled in MTech. So that time
right.
and that now 2024, there are so many opportunities and so many avenues for the students. I must say, student must be very happy for that and
Yes.
inspiring so many things, ma'am.
They are happy. All the serious
Yes.
individuals, they are getting everything that they want. And for non-serious students, we are working. We have not left them alone.
Yes, yes, for
So,
sure. That is also only the best strategy, how to cope up and how to along with all the students with
correct.
that
We
the
have
same
mixed
channel.
lot of students, different sets of students who are having different skill sets also. So for
Yes.
them, we make different strategy.
Yes, yes, for sure, ma'am. Ma'am, it's a wonderful to know about all the initiatives and all the news insights from your side, ma'am. So, ma'am, it's a very interesting question I would like to ask. As a TEDx and a Josh Talk speaker, you have inspired many of us, and me as well, inspired me as well, because whenever I go to the YouTube, personally
Mm,
speaking, I watch your YouTube, especially Josh Talk speaking. I
thank you.
always inspire me, ma'am. And the one thing, it always motivates me, just be economic independent and have that self confidence and your self respect. Just hold
Right.
that point. So, ma'am, what message do you believe is the most important for young professional and the students for today's age?
All right. So for the young professionals, right, I must say that they must go for continuous learning, lifelong learning, apart from technical proficiency, digital literacy, soft skills development, attitude building, certifications, internships, and industry projects. So everything I have already informed you about that, because we are working in these areas.
Yes.
But when you ask me that, as a public speaker, as a career coach, as a Joe Stock speaker, what would you recommend for this new generation? Then definitely I would like to give three, four important points and share it with all of you here. The first thing is that embrace change and uncertainty, right? Because the market situation, the life situation, everything we face here is the money world, like volatility is always there, uncertainty is there. So we have to embrace this change. Change is inevitable, we know very well. So always be ready to embrace this change and uncertainty by being certain of your own self. If situations all around are uncertain, you have to be certain of your own self. And the concept of future proofing oneself lies in staying curious. You have to be very curious, and you have to be ready to upgrade your skills. Continuous learning, continuously upgrading your skills will give you that kind of confidence that you will be developing mindset of lifelong learning. So whether it's learning new technical skills, soft skills, or gaining deeper self-awareness, you have to go ahead with learning process. And also adopt a positive mindset, right? That everything is positive, everything is going to be wonderful, miraculous. With this optimistic approach, you can at least, work for a purpose. And I always encourage our students pursue purpose, not just success. They just go for success. They just want success. But what is the purpose of their life? They are not aware of this thing. So, for the young professionals, for the students, I would recommend that don't chase the title or the salaries when it comes to the jobs. When I, post the job, they just go through the salary part, they go through the title. Obviously, sometimes they go for the title as well. Otherwise, their first criteria is the salary. What is the CTC? So they go through it without knowing about the company, without knowing about the expectations of the company. They just apply for the job. So I always recommend that the most fulfilling careers are built around a sense of purpose, not just chasing titles or salaries. So
Correct.
I urge students to seek out what truly motivates them, right? And to align their professional goals with their personal values. So pursue purpose, not just success. When work is driven by purpose, resilience, it becomes easier, and success becomes a byproduct of your passion and commitment, right? This is a message that I would like to share with all the students and the youth. Also, as I said earlier, also build emotional intelligence and relationships. If the situations are changing, if you see the uncertainty all around, be emotionally strong and develop the relationships also, because I believe in collaborations. I emphasize upon building relationships because through this you can have self-awareness, self-identity also. By including empathy and strong communication skills, you can manage your team. Like, as I said, that you have to work in team. So how you are going to deal with the situations, right? Building relationships follows, that problem solving skills also. You can navigate complex organizational dynamics also. So in a world where technology is transforming jobs, human skills like collaboration, empathy, and leadership are irreplaceable. So I always recommend that you work upon your EQ and relationships. Last but not the least, take ownership of your career. It is
Yes.
essential for all the students to take charge of their own career path. If I am saying that this path, career pathway is good for you, don't follow me, don't just trust me. I am just a guide for you,
Yes.
right? So parents are there to help you out, teachers are there to help you out. I will be there to make you understand, give you the choices. Now you have to choose out of those choices. You have to seek out the opportunities for advancement. You have to proactively create a network wherein you are better able to take decisions for yourself, for the others, right? And embracing risks is also important so that you can lead to greater rewards. So always remember that your career is your personal responsibility, and the choices you make early will set the foundation for your future opportunities, right? So this is how I communicate with my students as well, and I think through this platform also I have
Yes.
given this idea that these are certain important messages that they can remember, they can keep in their mind, and then accordingly definitely they will, it will lead to success.
Sure, ma'am. And finding the purpose, that means finding your ikigai. And where the
Correct.
purpose aligned with your passion and aligned with your whatever you want to do.
Correct.
Yes,
Very
yes,
true.
absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am, now my next question is for you, ma'am. What has been the biggest challenge you have faced as a woman in a leadership, and how
Mhm.
have you overcome it? Because that's the main crux of my Nari Preneur podcast.
Right, right.
Could you please share your 2 cents?
Sure. So frankly speaking, although I am that kind of woman that has more male allies than females, still I do not deny the fact that women in leadership do face the challenges. I have also faced the challenges. Now, what I have experienced is that at times the biggest strengths of women turn out to be their biggest challenges. Women have an added pressure of work life balance, right? Do you agree with me?
Sure, ma'am. Yes, I agree with.
Yeah, they have to create a balance between their work, personal life, and work, professional life. Now, if they have to balance their professional success with their personal or family commitments, the irony is that they have the potential to do that. They do that very sincerely and very effectively, but they face more scrutiny in this area. Because of this only, they face more scrutiny in this area. So I think that this is one of the challenges still prevalent in the society. Another major challenge for women in leadership, especially I have also faced this, is often dealing with gender bias and stereotypes. I have seen that when I am too assertive and decisive, I'm harshly seen as too aggressive or questioned more than men. On the other hand, if I am too empathetic, I am too caring or accommodative, I may be undermined. So
Yes.
the contributions made by women are sometimes overlooked or you can say underestimated, and they hardly get recognition needed for advancement. So I think these are the challenges that are still prevalent in the society. However, the women leaders who have understood their own leadership styles, and they have acquired that spirit, that skill to face the challenges, they are doing very well, and they are not at all complaining or blaming because of these challenges. So, you have asked me that how did I overcome these challenges, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No doubt, I have faced all these challenges, and I can firmly say that these challenges do not disturb my harmony and journey, in fact, towards my personal and professional goals. I think my resilience and grit have helped me overcoming these challenges, right? I have a lot of resilience. I visualize my goals and try to stay persistent and focused on my goals. This is my nature, true nature. I do not look at the other person, what the other person is saying, right? So the resilience is the first thing that I found within myself. Another important thing is that I cultivate mental and physical strength by practicing self love, self care, right? And also leadership. With a strong sense of purpose, I create a vision board for myself. Like, for today also, I have created a vision board. I have to complete my tasks for today, for the next 1 year or 5 year. Where do I see myself? It is already written over there in my diary or vision board. It is always written over there. And then I try to traverse my journey and plan my career journey as well. So when you love yourself, when you start caring for yourself, so it is not only the physical thing, like you are taking care of your health, but you are also taking care of your mental health as well. And then you are better able to plan out a journey for your success, right? So this was a thing that was already there in me, and that is why I was able to overcome those challenges. Now, if I am practicing these things, I am able to gain confidence. So through continuous learning, skilling, and practicing leadership, I have gained self confidence and mastered the art of self advocacy. Now, what is self advocacy? So self advocacy means you actively ensure that your ideas are submitted, right?
Mm.
You actively ensure that your contributions are well taken up, right? Your successes are recognized. So you have to come forward, right? You have to have a proactive approach towards yourself. So I become more active and persistent in my approach towards my work. So this is the third thing that I feel it is there in my practice, and that is why I'm able to go ahead in my life and lead the things ahead. uh, Moreover, I am very fortunate that I have many good people, including men in my life, who are rational, who are good human beings, who are very kind and supportive, and who endorse my ideas and are the best critics and buddies both. So I want you should I encourage all the women leaders, or the women who want to make their career in leadership, they have to ensure that they have male friends also, because they are very helping. And at the same time, if you are able to understand that there is some critical comment coming towards you, you can take it positively. You try to understand that sometimes it helps you in your self improvement. right? Such mentors really help. So I try actively seeking out mentorship and support. And another important thing I would like to share, because
Please, ma'am,
uh,
please share.
I consider this
It
even.
helps a lot of women. It helps all the people.
Exactly. So I think I take every moment as an opportunity. So let me share one more thing, that every individual has its own leadership style, right? So I attended that leadership program at IIM Kolkata, and through that program, I was able to recognize my skills, leadership skills, in a more impactful or effective manner. And I think that all the women leaders must try to understand their communication styles. You'll be able to understand, you'll be agreeing with me that women leaders are often scrutinized for their communication styles, right? She
Yes,
speaks loud, she speaks very low, right?
yes,
So being too assertive can sometimes be labeled as aggressive, while being more empathetic
yes,
can be seen as weak, right? So through your communication styles, you are being tagged or labeled. So navigating this stereotype requires a balance between your assertiveness and emotional intelligence, right? So you have to be very much clear about your leadership style. So you have to practice uh, an adaptive or collaborative leadership style, because this is what I have learned throughout. Because through my experience I can say that earlier I was having a compromising type of leadership. Compromising means, okay, if the other person is very loud and he or she is putting up these ideas and I'm not able to put forth my ideas, I should compromise. But in a team, it not helps, because you have better idea and you are not able to put forward your idea, so the teamwork would obviously be lower down, so the productivity will be low. So if you want to aim higher goals, or if you want to keep the spirit of your team high, you have to be proactive, right? So whatever leadership style do you have, try to understand whether it is helping you to become a better leader or not, and then accordingly you can practice some adaptive or collaborative leadership style. Last but not the least, I always try to demonstrate results and measurable outcomes by working with people and data both. Try to understand this very
mm,
important point here. It is like, if you work with people, if you deal with the people only, then you can be called as a social person. But if you are dealing with people and data both, so there is a kind of research also involved, like you are working with people, you are working with the data, then you become very enterprising, right? You are
mm,
working for the human resource, and then you are doing a lot of research about the people all around, about the practices, about the leadership. Then you are putting forward your ideas, thoughts and research by presenting some data, and then you become very enterprising, because you have to be a very good communicator, you have to be an orator, you have to be a public speaker, you have to be a very good presenter, and you have to be enterprising. So this gives endorses your enterprising skill as well. So I have found myself as an enterprising person, that helped me in producing results, showcasing my strengths and overcoming the challenges. So my message to all the women leaders is to become enterprising, right? Or you try to understand what kind of person you are, and obviously after you are able to help yourself, you can help the other women, right? So you can advocate for others as well, especially the women. You can
yes,
practice diversity, you can
yes,
practice inclusion.
yes.
And Sweta, you can agree with this idea that most of the companies are now following this DEI, or
DEI. Yes,
inclusion. So the
yes,
purpose remains the same, so that a kind of balance is there all around. So
yes,
I
yes.
think I think that these are certain points which I found that was there with me also. There were a lot of struggles and challenges in my life, but because of these qualities that I imbibed while going ahead in my journey, in my struggle phase, I was able to overcome those phases of life.
Thank you so much for sharing, ma'am. I think your two and important, most important nugget is your resilience and your grit, so that
Right.
you can become more endurance towards your own personal and professional journey. Yes, ma'am.
100%.
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, what advice would you give to all the women who are looking for to pursue leadership role in traditional male-dominated field? Because some women are into that kind of field, but some women are much more of in an assertive way, especially in education and the corporate relations.
Um, I have already given some ideas that what women leaders should do, but however, since you are asking this question, then definitely I would give some advices, or you can say some guidelines to all the women who want to, create their leadership journey or follow their leadership journey, especially in traditionally male-dominated fields. So the first thing is that, as this was my best strength, so you can also build resilience and embrace challenges. So if the challenges are there, be prepared to face the challenges. In male dominated industries, there may be moments of bias, there may be exclusion or resistance. It will always be there. So always be ready to expect these kinds of challenges and stay resilient in the face of setbacks. You have to be very much ready to face these challenges. So treat each challenge as an opportunity to learn,
Yes.
to grow, and prove your capability. So this is the first thing that I would like to share with all the women or women leaders, that accept the challenges and be ready to face. And out of that, you can be better prepared for learning, growing, and proving your capabilities. Embrace failure also, because it is a part of the process. If there is some failure thing that you are experiencing, let it be, and using setbacks as learning opportunities, you can move ahead. Another important thing is that, since you are asking for the male dominated society, or the corporate world, so I must suggest that align yourself with male allies, right? It is your responsibility to collaborate with male colleagues also,
Yes.
because it is very essential. Male allies are essential in changing the dynamics of even male dominated fields, so they will be there. The percentage would not be the same. So work with men who support diversity, right? So that is why we talk about like minded people. I said that I was fortunate enough to have good people all around, including men. So if you find this kind of opportunity, don't miss this opportunity. Try to work with women who have this rational attitude, who are always ready to for inclusion efforts and build relationships, so that they are also ready to advocate your journey, right? You are also advocating their journey, and then accordingly it's a mutual effort that we can do. So collaborate with male colleagues, and always take a proactive approach in challenging stereotypes and bias. So be proactive in addressing such gender stereotypes when they arise, and work with male allies also to create more equitable work environments, right? So another thing is that, since in a male dominated society you are working, so you have to continuously learn and innovate, right? Stay ahead of industry trends, whether it is technology, leadership theories, even market dynamics.
Yes.
Continue to learn and innovate in your field. Try to identify your niche area and master that area. Master your core domain skills or technical skills, whatever you want. So, in education and corporate relations, since you are talking about these two specific areas, it's particularly important to understand emerging technologies, industry needs, and global trends that definitely affect corporate academic partnerships. So, stay ahead of industry trends, and also invest in leadership development, right? So,
Yes.
you are going to become a leader. So, leadership is
Yes.
a continuous journey, it cannot be learned and acquired in a day. So
Yes.
participate in leadership development programs, executive coaching or courses to enhance your skills. We have started NHRD in Prayagraj chapter, through which we have recently organized a summit, leadership summit, and it was a wonderful experience, I must say. Since seasoned professionals, seasoned leaders, when they come and guide us, it gives us a real experience of leadership, not only leadership, but the life experience, and then accordingly we are better able to take decision for ourselves and overall for the organization, right? So we become more adaptable then. So
Sure.
yeah, so that in leadership development is one area that you can go for, and in that way we can ask the women to develop their expertise and build credibility. This is very important. You can develop a strong network, find mentors. Mentorship is very important. If you think that you can build a peer network, go ahead with that. And last but not the least, be patient, persistent, and bold. If you are confident in your leadership style, prove that, right? Lead the organization, lead your team by applying and practicing your own leadership style. And then I think you can advocate not only for yourself, but for the others as well. right? And create opportunities for other women. If you think that you are working for yourself as the women leader, so you can better create other opportunities for the other women. So lift as you rise, right? I always recommend that you have to make the other people uplift as well in their own areas, and you can champion diversity. So I think, Sweta, these are certain areas that I wanted to share with you. And every woman leader must have a vision, a purpose of life. And I think with this vision and a sense of purpose, they can not only create opportunities and pathways, career pathways for their students, for their own self, but they can also build some leadership plans. Because I am also trying to connect with some leadership organizations wherein I can develop the modules for different sets of students, not only for the graduates, postgraduates, but for the students at school level also. Because when it starts at the initial level, at the beginning
Building the
level,
seed, ma'am. Building the seed so that they can automatic competence with their own
automatic
skill.
competence would be developed. So
Yes.
competency building, leadership development, it requires time. It
Yes.
is a journey you have to follow. So I think that with this kind of experience, I am ready to contribute at different levels. And through this platform also, my major objective was to give you some time
Yes.
so that anything which may be helpful for the women or the people all around who are working professionals or who are career aspirants, they can be benefited. Then definitely it would be a great pleasure for me, and it would be a successful session for both of us.
Yes, sure, ma'am. And the only core element and core factor is women inspire to other women so that they
Right.
can build an ecosystem so that they can uplift to each other and surround with the male people also so that you
Correct.
can gauge and you can understand the basic psychology. Because
Exactly.
every time you can always say male dominating this and that, because these all challenges are always be there, but how to
Yeah.
adapt and how to nurture as an individual.
Exactly, because it will always be there. If
Yes,
you say that you can eradicate it, it cannot. It
yes,
is not at all possible. So what you can do is to understand your own strength, right? Adaptability, agility, persistence, resilience. So if these are not the terms only, you have to understand that in what ways you can adopt it, absorb it in your own personality, in
yes,
your persona, and so that it comes up in the form of your mental strength, right? So mental strength is very important. Otherwise you become a cynical person. You
exactly.
always blame the other person. You put a doubt over the other, and it won't help you.
Yes, sure, ma'am. And that's all about for today's session, ma'am. And it's end of the session, ma'am. I would like to
Thank you.
share some of the surprise activity that is called a impromptu activity.
Okay,
Session is complete, but this is a very interesting activity for you. I have designed for you, ma'am. So I have
great.
asked you a question, a short question. You just give me a one-word answer and I
Mm-hmm.
and I hope you would like definitely you would like to this activity. And there are
Okay.
10 questions, and you
Okay.
just give me one word answer as per your intuition, as per your gut feeling, ma'am.
Okay.
So should I proceed, ma'am?
I will definitely love to answer to your questions.
Yes, ma'am. So the ma'am now first question is, what is the most rewarding movement you have experienced as a mentor?
Rewarding movement.
Yes, rewarding movement.
Okay. The praise and the positive feedback, along with the success of the student.
Great, ma'am. Second, if you could give one piece of advice to younger self, what would it be?
Agility, adaptability, and agility. This is the one single information, because rest of the information are there floating all around, and they are doing very well in that area.
Pretty well, ma'am. Third one, ma'am. What is a book or speaker that has deeply influenced your leadership journey?
Uh, if you talk about book, I see, basically I have several books in my mind, but I think Sadhguru, recently I have studied a book of Sadhguruji, because I am a spiritual person. So Sadhguru is an author, you can say that my latest author, author of a latest book, which has inspired me in one or the other ways, because I was trying to understand the leadership journey in sync with spiritual aspects of life. So I think the latest, if you consider the latest book, then it is Sadhguruji, Jaggi Vasudev.
Sure, ma'am. And even I have also read one book, The Inner Engineering by Sadhguru.
Inner engineering, right, right, right.
Yes, yes.
I have read inner engineering and death. So both the books are there. So I was just trying to explore these areas.
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, next fourth one is, if you had to choose shaping the minds of students or building industry relations, where do you feel your heart lies from?
Obviously, the first one,
Mhm.
building, shaping the minds of students.
Yes, of course, because they are the prime seed
They
to
are the closest ones, and they can further, build relationships. If I am able to sharpen their minds, shape their mind, give shapes to their minds, they will contribute to my higher goals. So I think that would be the preference.
great, ma'am. Ma'am, fifth one is, what is the one myth about career success that you believe it should be debunked?
So basically, students, if I could talk about United students, so they have one myth that if you are a good scholar, you must go for higher salary. So this is one myth, because I do not recommend this. There should be successive interpretation of your roles. The company's profile, your own vision that you have. So I think that this is the myth that salary, first salary, and then you can follow your success. I think that you should follow your own dreams, your own vision first, and then you can go ahead with it, because salary will follow you if you have sharpened your skills, if you have visualized yourself as a better person, as a better individual. Then salary will follow you. So salary is not going to be the first preference for the individuals.
Ma'am, as you said, na, salary is a byproduct.
Correct.
Go with your purpose and
Go
align
with
with your mission.
passion,
Yes.
purpose. So great, and then definitely it would be an outcome of your
Yes,
journey.
for sure, ma'am. Now, the sixth one is, ma'am, what is the daily habit you swear by stay focused and productive?
Yoga, daily yoga, 6 to 7 is my yoga time. So I do not miss that. In the morning, it is yoga with full spirit, with full enthusiasm, and in the evening, evening walk is there. So these two things are apart from my professional work that gives me mental and physical strength. As I said, that I'm loving myself and caring myself. So I think that these are two things that I follow strictly and religiously.
Great, ma'am. Now, the seventh one, if you could agree change one thing in the current education system, what would it be?
uh, Very strict, classroom teaching. So putting all the students inside the classroom and just engaging them by sending all the teachers inside the classroom. I would like to change the system. I would like to make them out of the classroom. They should go out of the classroom, have some real world exposure, because this system would be there
Yes,
always. Reason
yes,
being, in specifically in private organizations, we have the responsibility. Teachers have the responsibilities. They have to cover their syllabus, cover their curriculum. But in Indian education system, I think that this change should be there. We have to bring about this change in one or the other way, so that apart from the
yes.
uh, regular teaching, there should be boundary less teaching also. And I am trying to focus upon these areas. In what ways I can do that?
Ma'am,
I
it is necessarily nowadays because experiential learning that gives you that kind of mindset so that
exactly.
you can explore many
Because knowledge
opportunities.
is everywhere,
Huh?
knowledge is everywhere, right?
Huh?
It's an open source, so knowledge is everywhere. So yes, of course, teachers are there to guide the students, give them the environment. So the environment is outside the classroom as well. So in what ways they can do, because it requires the competency of the teacher, right?
Yes.
So you are not competent teacher if you are there inside the classroom and delivering your lectures. You are competent teacher when you are able to make the students sit outside the classroom also, and then observing his learning, observing his practices that he does as per your guidelines. But I
Yes.
think it would take time. But yes, this is the thing that I would like to bring about a change.
Now, the eighth one, ma'am. What is the most surprising thing you have learned from your students?
Patience, because I have different categories of students inside the classroom. Some are very notorious, some are very sincere, and it has given me a lot of patience. I have to deal with those students. So I always say that I have learned from all of you one thing, which is the patience. So with all kinds of resilience and patience, I have to be very much caring towards each and every student sitting inside the classroom.
Great, ma'am. And the ninth one, how do you balance your personal and professional responsibility while doing your growth?
Time management,
Hmm.
planning. As I said, that I have a vision board.
Yes.
So there is a diary, every day jotting down all my points, and there is a WhatsApp group I have created wherein all my children are also there. Children means my own children, my sons and daughter-in-law. All of us share our daily tasks with each other, and it's a long list. And at the end of the day, we try to discuss and share with each other that in what ways we were able to complete all the tasks, or some tasks are carry forwarded to the next day.
Great,
So
ma'am.
yeah, so this is the creating the vision board, planning, discussing, and then planning the time. Time management is very important, and then at the end of the day, you celebrate your achievement. So
Yes.
every day is an event for me and a celebration for me at the end of the day when you are able to achieve that goals that you have written for yourself.
I think, ma'am, that is your favorite thing to create an WhatsApp because you all are accountable to each other.
Exactly, exactly. I have thousands of WhatsApp groups, and I have to take care of all the groups because it consists of my students and
Yes.
counselees. And I think that for that also I have to create my spirit to hold the responsibilities and balance the time. So I'm pretty able to do that.
And ma'am, the last one, what is the one legacy you hope to leave behind as a leader in education field and corporate relations?
One legacy that I would like to leave behind is to have the culture of adaptive and collaborative leadership. Because when there is competition all around, internal competition is always bad. It is detrimental to the organization. So I would recommend that if you are working in any organization, even at your home also, because your home is also a kind of organization wherein
Yes.
you are interacting with the people all around. So no competition should be there. So there should be a collaborative approach, adaptive leadership style that you should adopt, and then you will be better able to uh, work for each other in a helping mode, or you can say, yeah, in a sustainable manner. You can lead your life, and you can show your social as well as enterprising skills. So this is the legacy that I would like to lead and go ahead with.
Wonderful, ma'am, and amazing. And that was a great interaction and conversation, a beautiful insights and knowledgeable uh, things that I'm definitely inculcate in my journey as well. So thank you so much, ma'am. And
Thank you.
it's
Thank
a
you so much.
great learning from your
Was,
side.
it was really a wonderful conversation with you, and very nicely. I loved that last part also, the 10 questions, and I am always ready to take more questions later on. And
Yes.
if I'm able to answer those questions, I would be gratified because through these questions, I can understand the problems or the queries which are there in every individual's mind, and then we can work together for the
Sure.
resolution.
Sure,
Thank you so
ma'am. And it was a great connect with you, ma'am. And it's my pleasure, and I'm so grateful for that, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And wish you all the best.